Welcome to High School Game Day Live. We are back after a couple months of layoffs since our last one back in October. And your favorite pregame show has returned. It's Danny Burke, it's Hank Friedrich, it's Caden Frawley. And we got another great show for you once again. It's been a couple months in the making, guys, but it's finally back.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone here is excited for what's about to happen at 7 o'clock here at the Don Dome. A lot of high expectations for Notre Dame and Marian Catholic for tonight's game.
Yeah, like Hank said, this is going to be a big game, tied for second place in conference with a 6-1 record. So this is a very highly anticipated game, so I'm excited. It's going to be close.
All right, so let's get right down to business. So let's talk a little bit about the Spartans. And the first guy that jumps out at you, Hank, is Jeremiah Jones.
Yeah, and, Jeremiah Jones stands out because he's the leading scorer. But, something that also stands out to me, Dan, is the defense of Marian Catholic. The Spartans have done a great job on the defensive side, averaging around 45 points a game, which is pretty solid for high school basketball, assuming that you give up around 12 points around there,
Yeah. Okay.
So, that's really impressive for Marian Catholic. We sometimes see teams not even reach that 50-point marker. So, and going up against Notre Dame, it's going to be a nice defensive battle.
Yeah, I'm excited. We got a couple players on Marian that I'm excited to see. I'll let Danny talk about them in a minute, but I think they're going to have a great game, considering the matchup, both of these teams being pretty even in record, and, they have people. Marian does have people in the paint, unlike some of the past few teams ND has played, so I'm excited.
Yeah, so continuing down that track of Jeremiah Jones, he's averaging about 14.5 points per game, which is really good. He gets about 4.5 rebounds a game, three steals per game, and he's shooting 48% from the field. The other thing, too, is that he's not just that type of guy that just shoots and moves on. He's gotten 74 rebounds this year. 50 of them have been defensive rebounds. And he's also stolen the ball 54 times this year.
Yeah, that's a guy that gets it done on both sides of the court. He's also really good at running the offense for the Spartans, really a key playmaker for them.
Yeah, and it's not even just him, but the rest of this team is also great on defense. We've seen a lot of defensive rebounds this year, which has been my big thing for the past couple games. So, on defense, they have, a lot of steals, so they're a pretty solid defensive team. And, for ND to be going up against that tonight, they're going to really have to push through on offense to win this game.
Another guy, too, as we'll kind of equate the Scottie Pippen to the Michael Jordan, Trey Davis, another really key guy to make this Spartans machine run. He's averaging about 10 points per game and about 2.5 rebounds, shooting 45% from the field. This is a really good complementary player to Jeremiah Jones.
Yeah, and, being the second option when you may not have your first option getting ready to go, the second option is always there. But I think that's going to be the guy Notre Dame's going to have to shut down tonight because at the end of the day, it's going to be a defensive battle, and there's not going to be a whole lot of scoring. So a lot of the coaches are going to rely on other people to be able to put the ball in the hoop. So I think Trey Davis could be a big factor in tonight's game.
Yeah, like Hank said, it's going to be pretty low scoring and it's going to be pretty high fouling. So, Trey Davis averaging almost 10 points a game and, 2.3 rebounds. For it to be pretty low scoring makes sense. There's going to be a lot of fouls because there's going to be a lot more physicality, going into contesting, easy layups that Marian's not going to want to let ND get away with. If it's an easy drive to the basket, they're not going to let them have it for free. So it's going to be pretty low scoring, but with a lot of fouls is what I feel like.
And it's not just Trey Davis either that you could say is a second option. You've also got Quentin Jones, who's averaging 9 points per game. He's shooting 50% from the field. He's 6'3", which is a fantastic matchup for three of the big guys that the Dons have, Jan Kutu, Bryce Coleman, and Stefan Cicic. He's also got 92 rebounds this year. So what that tells you is that he loves crashing the glass. Also got 14 blocks this year, which is far and away the best on this team. And then you also got James Bullock, who's 6'5", another good paint presence. The thing that kind of stood out to me when I was diving into this is that a lot of his rebounds this year, he's averaging 3.8 per game, but a lot of those rebounds have come on the offensive side.
Yeah, and for the big guys or anyone on Notre Dame, you're going to have to put a body on those two guys because Marian Catholic loves to crash the boards, offense and defensively. They like to get out in transition. So in order to stop that, Notre Dame's going to have to put a body on those two guys.
Yeah, that's been my big thing for the past couple of games is rebounding, because at this level, the field goal percentages are a lot lower. So, you really need to depend on rebounding and getting the ball up the floor. And, with both teams doing pretty well in this, it's going to be a board-heavy battle tonight is what I'll call it.
And then, you're kind of judged, per se, on who you've played. So, you go through some of these games for the Spartans. They come in at 13-8. They've played some really solid teams. Homewood Flossmoor, Hillcrest, Brother Rice, Bolingbrook, Oswego East, St. Rita, Bennett. But a lot of those have resulted in the Spartans coming up on the wrong side of the scorecard.
Yeah, even though they came out on the wrong side of the scorecard, these games have been a battle for them, and it's not like they're getting blown out, because in every game that they've lost, they've been in it throughout the whole way. So we can see that Marian Catholic likes to compete against these tougher teams, so it's going to be a little tough for Notre Dame tonight, even though Marian Catholic might be on the road.
Yeah, like Hank said, a lot of their losses have been, very close. Most of their losses that I'm looking at here have only been within, 5 points at most. So they're all very close games. It's not like they're getting blown out. They know how to put up a fight against any team they go against.
So let's change gears a little bit. Let's shift things over to the team in green. The Dons coming in with a 3-game winning streak over a interesting game, I'd say, against Vernon Hills on Monday. Caden, you were here with me, and we were saying towards the end of that game, as the Dons were starting to let things slip away a little bit, it was starting to become a little bit of a meltdown. They did not let that happen. They ended up winning by 14, but it was still a little concerning to see things start to slip away from them late in the game.
Yeah, so at the start of that game, both of us said, that there were two pretty evenly matched teams. They came in with the same record at the time, so we thought it was going to be a fairly close game, and then we saw halftime. How much were they up by? What was 18, it like? Yeah, 18. So, they're up by a lot, and, the third quarter, they started to slow it down a lot. They gave up a lot of points, and Vernon Hills came back to within, I don't know, it was like 8 points or something, and we were kind of like, all right, this is getting a little risky. So ND has to make sure that they stay on the offensive end, keep that momentum throughout the whole game. They can't slow down at any point, especially against a team like this.
You know what? I was a little disappointed in the defensive effort the second half. I mean, allowing 6 points in the first half was amazing. That's like super hard to do. But and then they let them score 45 total points, so they gave up 39 points. And when you give up that many points the second half, and now you got Marian Catholic who's going to come in here and they're probably going to shut you down. You're going to have to make those stops like they did in the first half. So to see Notre Dame kind of give away points at the end of the second half, you can't do that against good teams like Marian Catholic, and especially the next team after that, Bennett. So Notre Dame's going to have to learn to, once they're ahead, you got to put them away. Even though 18 points is a good lead after one half, you got to put another 10 on them. You got to put them away. So hopefully Notre Dame gets out early and they keep it strong, and hopefully a win for tonight.
I mean, we would be appeased by that.
Yeah, I like the 2 seed in the ESCC. That sounds really nice.
That does sound really nice. And it was kind of been a little bit of a common theme, because the same exact thing happened on Saturday when the Dons played Taft, only winning by 3 in a game that they really had control of down the stretch, and they just let it slip away. So this is now something we've seen a couple of times in a very short span, and it's not something that looks very good on them coming into 2 huge games against the top 2 teams in the conference.
Yeah, and, this is going to judge Notre Dame's character on the season. I mean, you got 2 big games left. I mean, the Vernon Hills one, they're in your sectional for state, so obviously that's a good one to get in there. But, I mean, coming down to these 2 games it's a character mode. I mean, you win these 2 games, you're the 1 seed. You lose these 2 games, you're the 4 seed. Split, you're 2. But at the end of the day, it matters in how you finish. I'm not saying that these games don't matter, but these are the type of teams that you're going to run into the playoffs. So this will be a really good test for Notre Dame.
Yeah, don't let the 3-game winning streak fool you. ND has had some tough competition recently. So, against Marian Catholic, anything can change. Like we've been talking about, ND has been giving away points, early, in the second half of the game. So for that to happen in a game like this against Marian Catholic, it cannot happen. And then against Bennett especially, who's first in our conference, it cannot be happening. We have to make sure that they solidify their lead early and they can't let it up.
Yeah, and I think that's really where, things could get a little bit dicey, is that they've been prone all year to letting things, get away a little bit, whether it's they can't get anything on offense or they let up a ton of points on defense. It's usually one or the other, and it really hasn't been both, but it really also hasn't really been neither. It's kind of been one or the other, and that's that's the concerning thing coming into this stretch, where you're playing two teams that have proven themselves throughout the year. Marian Catholic's record might not show it, but they've played a lot of good competition, and Bennett's undefeated in conference. They've had a spectacular year this year. So those two teams have proven themselves. And part of me thinks that the Dons have not yet done that.
And you're right, Dan. And these two games will show, are you going to come out and ball? And for Notre Dame, I wouldn't say they've had a cakewalk, but, if you look down the schedule, there really hasn't really been that team that they've beaten to prove themselves that, hey, we can hang with these teams, So hopefully the Dons can come out tonight and do that.
Yeah, I think St. Pat's is the game that would, describe that. So, Danny, I think you're about to say something. I couldn't tell you're starting to move over there.
Yeah, so it is time to do our first transition. We have a couple basketball players that are going to join us. So we're going to be back in a quick second. Back, everyone. We've got a couple of our basketball players with us. To Caden's right is Sherrod Dent, and to my right, that was Caden's left.
That was my left, yeah.
I don't know directions. This is Jake Georgioulis. He's world famous now, aren't you, Jake?
A little bit. Ball is life. Put me on their story, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, other than that, I'm just playing basketball.
It's just basketball, isn't it? So, you guys have had a pretty good season, hasn't it been? 16-8. It's not what it has been in the past, but considering where you guys are at this year, I'd say that's pretty good.
With a whole new group, I think we're making it work. It took a little bit to get kind of on track and as one, but I think we're there, and it should be a fun rest of the season.
Should be. And being new here, it's definitely been a learning experience. Learning the system. We've had a few bumps and bruises in the way, but overall, I think it's been a pretty good season.
So I have one question for both of you guys. We know Mac Ross is dealing with an injury. What effect does that have that he's not the starting point guard for you guys anymore?
It's had a huge effect, especially considering the fact that he's, a big part of our leadership, and, he's really the backbone of our team. So, to lose him, it was, devastating. But, I feel like we got to keep going on, for him and do the best we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, not only being one of our better, guards, he was our leader. He was everything we really had, and he kind of brought us together to get us where we are now. So I hope he recovers well, and then we're going to play for him.
So Caden brought up a good point, and, Mac not being able to play. So now that you're down you're down a starter that you've had all year, how have you guys been able to fill that mold? How have you guys been able to make up for his production with the guys that you put in?
Well, we've had Chase Fletcher, he stepped up for us. Luke, a couple of our guards that need to step up have been, and that's what we need out of them. And we need that, talent level. We also need that leadership aspect to help with Sonny out. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's, brought us together. And, especially considering the fact that, Sonny and Mac were really the only two guys that we had to play a point guard role per se. So I think that, everyone stepped up in a major way, and, I'm looking forward to this last stretch of games that we have.
So what is the key factor you think you guys will need tonight to win this game?
Defensive consistency, playing together offensively, taking care of the ball. That's going to be a major one because, these guys are, pretty athletic. They like to get out in transition. And, just to not get them that momentum. And, I think that, we'll have all the momentum tonight, to start the game, considering the fact that, we're at home. It's 100% capacity.
Yeah.
So, I think it'll be an electric atmosphere. But, I think that those are the kind of things that we need to do to, be successful.
All throughout practice this week, we've worked on 3 themes. We've worked on taking care of the ball, rebounding, and defense. If we execute those, I think we could be in good shape to win this game.
So, Sherrod, I have a question for you. So, you come in this year. You're one of, if you want to put it, 6 different transfers that are playing this year. If you want to put Jan into that category because he wasn't able to play last year. So, you have this brand new group of guys that are coming in with you, and then you have the guys that have been here before that have spent their entire high school careers in this program. What's it like for a guy like you to step into the fold and perform so well?
I think I owe all the credit to, my teammates, especially the guys that have been here, teaching me, the ways of the game, how things are done here. And, I think I've just been going out playing my game, and, it's led to some good things. But more importantly, team wins as of late. So I'm looking to continue that tonight, to help our team win any way I can. And, yeah.
So my final question for you guys, this is, like you said, this is the first game that has 100% capacity since, the St. Pat's game. Do you think it's going to be louder or not as loud as the St. Pat's game?
I think it's going to be louder, considering the fact that, it's the first time in about a month that,
4 weeks.
we've had a full crowd. I think everyone's going to be excited. I think the key for us is, to be excited but not get too anxious. Mm-hmm. So, looking forward to it tonight.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be should be louder. The weather's a little rough, so that might affect it a little bit. But I don't think nothing is really going to stop some of our fans. There's some dedicated people out there, and it should be a fun night.
It definitely will be, and that brings me into the next thing I was going to ask you guys. St. Pat's is a completely different animal, and that's your first home game, so it was a little weird for all of you guys because you hadn't played with fans for about 18 months, and you come back home and you have all of that, which might have been a little bit much.
That was crazy.
So you come back now, you've had some games under your belt playing on your home court. It's open back up. What things different this time are you going to do from what you did in the Pats game?
Well, I think one thing, myself, and I can speak for some of my teammates, that crowd and energy got to us. I don't think it got to us in the right way. Like Sherrod said, hype it up, but don't get too anxious. So I think we all have to control our energy and make smart decisions and play as a team and feed off of that.
Yeah, obviously the adrenaline's going to be pumping, the first few minutes of the game. But, the key is just to, calm down, settle in. And, I think, if we can do that, with the support of our home fans, it's a pretty long drive and the weather's bad, so I don't know if they'll have a huge turnout from their fan base. So, that along with our fan base should be a bonus for us tonight, as long as we do what we're supposed to do.
So, all right, one last thing before we let you guys go. 2-part question. First thing, Sherrod, tell me about Jake.
Funny guy. No, he's been a great teammate, great overall guy to be around. Really can't say enough about his leadership. He's been here. Kind of showed me the ropes, showed me the ways, and I couldn't ask for a better guy, a better teammate to be around every single day.
Thanks, brother.
All right, Jake, your turn. Tell us about Sherrod.
No, don't tell Bryce or JT or Jan this, but he might be one of my favorite transfers. I think he's one of the favorites. No, he's a new guy, and I thought he was one of the guys that I saw potential in. I think he's one of our better shooters on the team with a little bit of work here and there. I think he could be a good basketball asset. Next year should be fun for him. I'm hoping that you go off next year and take it as your team, because he's a great leader, a good guy, and not much I could ask for.
Certainly appreciate that.
All right, guys. Well, we thank you for your time. We wish you the best of luck tonight. We got our next segment coming up, a Notre Dame specialty that you'll get to meet for the first time. It's Jake Georgioulis, Sherrod Dent. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, and we're back with a special guest, Tim.
Hello.
What's up, Tim?
Nothing much.
So, Tim, I'm pretty sure the people out there don't know, but something that you do at Notre Dame. Tell us what you do.
I do a show once every 2 weeks on announcements called Tim on the Town, where basically Caden and I just do whatever we think of doing, and it happens.
It's pretty interesting, I'll say that. We've had a couple fun videos to make so far, but they should get better in the future, I will say that.
Yeah.
All right, so my question is for you guys, what's the favorite episode you guys have done?
It matters. I sort them through how fun they are filming and how everyone likes it. Like filming-wise, I like episode 4, the list episode, but overall, I think episode 3, which was the Santa one, was the best.
Yeah, I was going to say my personal favorite is definitely episode 3, the Santa. I had a blast making that one. We had some special guests in that one, so that made it even better that, we had a few extra people to work with that, could make a great video for the morning announcements.
Now, something that I wonder, because I'm usually in class watching the video.
Yeah.
What could we expect for the future?
Ooh. So, I'm planning to do more grand events, a couple more interviews here and there, but overall, I think it's going to go nice into next year.
Yeah, we're planning on doing different seasons, so, I think what we're doing is at the end of this year, right, that's going to be the end of season 1,
yeah.
And, start of semester 1 next year is going to be season 2, do a couple episodes there, so you'll expect to see a lot of episodes in the next, year and whatever, 3 or 4 months.
And hopefully when I'm gone, I can see Caden being the host of the show.
That's the plan for now, yeah.
So would the name change?
Yeah, I think it will.
I don't know, yeah, that would probably be for me to decide. If it does, it's going to be Caden on the campus, but, if I have to keep Tim on the town to keep tradition, that might have to be.
So my question is, how do you get these ideas? Where does that come from?
Free period, and when I'm about to go to sleep, I just say, hey, wait, this is a good idea, and then I go with it.
Yeah, I mean, really, we just kind of, we'll find stuff, like we did the Office episode, and we thought, we could recreate that pretty well, so
that was my favorite episode, by the way. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
Mr. Madigan, that was hilarious.
Yeah, he looked exactly like Dwight Schrute. So, yeah, we'll just kind of think of something that we can kind of recreate as a sketch. So, yeah, the Santa one, we did a Santa chase. It was kind of just something that came to mind, and we executed it. So it's really just whatever we think of and we think we can, put on film and then put that on the announcements.
All right, I like it. So, what are your predictions for tonight, Tim?
Ooh. I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm not that good at sports, right? When it comes to like knowing things.
Notre Dame wins?
Yeah, basically.
Yep,
I just hope for the best.
Caden, I'll wait for you until later.
Yeah, we'll probably all answer that at the
Yeah.
end. So
So when you do the show, how long does this take? Like what's the process?
Oh, it can range from like an hour to the most we got was like a 3-hour filming.
Really?
And that was tiring.
Is this before, after school?
It's after.
After?
If it's before, I think I'm gonna collapse.
yeah, a lot of the time we'll think of new ideas as we're filming, so that just adds extra to the time because we'll find a new idea and then we'll try to film it and then we'll realize, oh, that might not look too good, when it's in the grand scheme of things. So we'll take it out and then we'll have to refilm. So it's a lot of just deciding, and that's what goes into making it so long.
Now the guest appearances.
Oh,
Had a couple, yeah.
Who could be a guest appearance in the future episodes? Who are you thinking?
honestly, it matters on the episode. So if you like just come up and ask me, hey, can I be on it? There's a good chance you might not be on it because I need to think of something that can relate to the guest. Which is why, like, for the first episode, I got Will, who was in football, and then Dan Kids for the second. And for basketball, which is coming soon, by the way.
I was going to say, sneak peek.
Yes, a league for the guests. One of them is going to be Sunny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you have it.
That'll be a good one. I mean, that's going to be my favorite once we make it.
Yeah.
All right. Any faculty in the nearest future?
Ooh.
Probably some more Mr. Madigan. He seems to
More
be
Mr.
a
He-
student favorite.
Yeah, and he's also, I think, our number one fan.
Oh, really? He likes the show.
Yeah, he talks about it a lot in advisory.
Yeah. All right. Mr. Madigan, star actor right there.
Yeah.
All right. Besides Mr. Madigan, though,
Ooh,
what other faculty could be a part of it?
I don't know. Like,
Let's see.
there's some.
Trying to think any teachers that would be willing to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe Coach K would definitely probably
Yeah.
be able to
Coach K.
want to do that.
I'm surprised Mr. Yule agreed to a couple
Mr.
of them.
Yule agreed to one. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was the first episode, right?
the
or
third.
The third. All right.
Yeah, that was when we got to chase Santa down the hallway.
Oh yes, that's
He
yeah.
made an appearance running out of his classroom.
Which was a shock for a lot of people. They didn't see that coming.
Now, you already got Sunny, so for basketball, is it just a seasonal thing? Would you do the other sports, like in the spring
Oh,
sports?
yeah, like, if we made the show like a bit earlier into this semester, I would have thought of a football episode, which I'm planning to do next semester. I mean, next year, I mean.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can. I don't think we can put any more spring sports. I was thinking of a baseball one,
A baseball one.
but
I like
that's
that one.
but that's still on the table.
I'd honestly want to do. I'd probably want to do a golf one if we had to do any sport. I don't know why. I just feel like that'd be funny if me and Tim went out to a golf match for ND and tried to watch it, and then we just got like insanely bored or something.
We start making our own golf.
Yeah, and then we try to go golfing, and then we realize how hard it is or something like that, So that would be one of my ideas.
I mean, if I'm going to partake in it, I mean, wrestling could be a good one.
Oh,
we never
yeah,
know. We
yeah.
never know what could happen in that.
Caden, you can wrestle Jay Spanos. That can be the episode.
No, I don't think I'd be willing to do that.
I mean, it is a good idea though, right?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
All right. Tim.
If there's one big event that I'm hoping I can be allowed to do, it's going to be Fight Night.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I like
Forgot
that.
about that one.
But I need to first get clearance from like faculty that can I box a random person, and if so, can it be on a box during Fight Night halftime?
Fight night.
Yeah.
Would you think that's going to be the banger
Who-
of
The
Of the
undercard
show.
for Fight Night.
Who knows? Maybe it'll end there with me getting knocked out.
Hey, that could be end of the year thing. That could be the finale right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That could be the finale of what would that be? That would be season 1, right?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
season 1.
Yeah. Mhm.
So then season 2 would be next year, then season 3 would be in the after that semester.
Yeah, so
Yes.
semester 2 of this upcoming year, yeah.
I might have to stay tuned into that when
Yeah.
I'm in college. You gotta start posting them on the NDCP media
Yeah.
through YouTube. So not just the students and the faculty could see, but the people out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone, yeah.
So they can know the inside joke of Notre Dame pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean I think you guys have been doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people really enjoyed in the class. So yeah.
I got nothing,
You
yeah.
got nothing?
Me neither.
All right, Dan.
All right, we gotta find something else to
my
talk
producer's
about.
yelling at me right
Gotta
now.
find something else to talk about for 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Ooh.
What's stirring in your mind right now, Tim?
I'm thinking when I'm gone, what the co-host Caden would choose.
I don't know. That's more of a, in the moment decision. I'll have to see who lives up to it. I can't decide now. A year before you leave.
And then also, when I graduate, I will come back for 1 episode.
All right.
That
Yeah.
I'll guarantee that.
Ooh.
If you want me to sign something to say I will come back, I will come back.
All right. You heard it here. He'll be back when he's in college.
So that's a special guest. that's going to be a special guest.
I'm
when
the
that- when
special
that comes
guest.
back. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be like, wonder how this all started. The creator comes back from college,
And I hope it's not dead by then.
Yeah. Well, all right.
No, I'll
all
keep
right.
it going. Don't worry. I'll keep
Yeah.
it going.
You got Caden here.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't.
Caden's reliable, I'm pretty sure. So,
We could, I just got an idea on the spot.
idea.
Paintball?
Paintball.
All right, we are back. It's a little loud in here, and I wonder why that is. We are joined by our technology director. And welcome back.
Hi.
Hello. We have our technology director here, Jack Dennis, and there's a reason why Jack Dennis is here. Why are you here?
Tonight we're going to be doing a light show for the games, both JV, hopefully, and varsity, during halftime and before the games.
I think you need to explain a little bit. Talk it up.
Well, you can't really see back here, but we have a bunch of lights set up. We're going to be doing some crazy light show like you see at professional games. We'll kill the lights before the game and during halftime, have lights go crazy, sync to music. Should be pretty fun.
So, this being the first time Notre Dame's done a light show, right? Or this the second time?
I think this is the first time, yeah.
time. So, with our full capacity, what are people going to expect?
I'm not sure what they're going to expect. I hope they enjoy what they get, but
Okay.
yeah,
Let me fix it. There we go.
there we go.
You're a little loud.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. So, what got you into this in the first place?
I started doing lighting design, 4 years ago?
You're asking me? I don't know when you did it.
I think it was 4 years ago. 2017 maybe, so that would be 5 now. Started doing it, just got interested as a hobby, decided to start doing it. I started in my garage at my house, and then have since moved up. I do a Christmas show now. I do stuff at Six Flags up in Gurnee. So, and I'm hoping to bring some stuff here. I did lights for the play here as well. So I'm hoping for it to turn out good here.
Now, since you're doing this light show, could we see this more in the future?
Hopefully it'll be an annual thing. I mean, it's kind of a lot to do every game, but hopefully once a season maybe.
And another one is, how's your experience with this so far?
This particular event,
Yes.
it's been kind of hectic. We've had a lot of reschedules. This was supposed to be December 3rd,
Oh, really?
Yeah, and kept getting pushed back because the game December 3rd was moved to an away game. So we have to do it here today. It was going to be Christmas themed originally. We had to change it up. So that's where we are
Yeah,
today.
I do remember it was supposed to be the Pats game. It was supposed to go to the Pats game then, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to go to Pats, but we decided that was too chaotic of a game.
Well, I think it's going to be pretty chaotic here today, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it'll be as chaotic as Pats, but hopefully we'll get a good crowd.
So, this is a first of its kind thing. You say it's going to continue. Do you think maybe this could carry over into football season?
That would be cool. I'd be down for that. Hoping to get something done. I'm not sure what we could get done out there, especially with it all being outdoors. It would be a little more difficult to set up, but I'd like to do it. We'll see what we can do maybe.
So another thing, too, in case you didn't know, Jack flies one of our drones. So have you ever seen our drone pictures?
Oh, yeah.
This is the guy that does it.
Yep.
So I'm also, yes, today's purpose is your light show.
Yes.
What got you into the drone pictures in the first place? Because I keep getting texts, where are these pictures coming from? And I'm like, it's all Jack.
Well, I've always been into aviation. I've always been into RC planes, so I decided why not make it useful, get a drone. I got a drone, started flying around, then decided, hey, this would be great for media crew. Why not start taking pictures during games, and seemed to be well received.
I don't really know a whole lot about this stuff, but I mean, the drone, you got into it. Could we expect any other things besides pictures from the drones, or anything like film for football games, or like stuff flying over Notre Dame? Like, what do you do with the drone besides the pictures?
I take some videos. Videos are a little more difficult to do, but I try to get them when I can. I have some I sent to him, actually, of all the players running up during the national anthem. That's a good one. We'll have to get that out there eventually. So I take some videos. They're just not as easy to post. So hopefully we can get more videos up there eventually. But I know we have some stuff, like I think our standby for this even tonight is a bunch of drone pictures and videos.
I like it.
Yeah.
So the work up to this type of event is definitely not easy. You said this has pushed you back so much. It was supposed to happen in December. Now here we are. It's happening in late January.
Yeah.
Building up to this and trying to put it all together, all the coding and the designs, and then you actually putting it up, like, how have you done it? I guess is the better question.
Well, like I said, we started planning probably November. We got everything set up in a room at the other end of the school that's free. No one's using it. We set up our lights there. We programmed here and there after school during community period. Once we got that done, we stuck with the date, which was today. And then today, myself and a few other guys here stayed in during our lunch and during the next period after, set up all this stuff, wired it up, tested it after school, and now we're good to go. So no issues yet.
How do you feel right now? Are you nervous, or how are you feeling right now?
I'm a little nervous, especially for the JV one. I haven't even seen the JV one yet.
Oh, really?
I just programmed it now blindly, so let's hope that goes good. Maybe I'll get a quick test run in here before it gets too chaotic.
Yeah, we still got about 37 minutes left. I think you could get a test run in.
I'll get one in.
Yeah, you definitely will.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of one unique thing. Like, we had been planning this for a while now, and now it's finally happening. This kind of sets Notre Dame apart from a lot of other high schools because you can't really brag about this at other schools.
Right, yeah. I'm hoping that our guests, Marian, enjoy the show. Think it's good. Hope we can maybe one-up them for a little competition.
And was this planned? Like, I know the dominoes kind of fell in this way to where the show was planned on one of the biggest games of the year, basically. Yeah. That wasn't planned, was it?
Well, not really. Again, we just did what we could. We did. This was the only game. I know we had Taft last week, and then Vernon Hills also last week, but Vernon Hills was kind of last minute. We got those games. We had ideas to do them, but it didn't work out. People couldn't be here. We weren't able to get permission or get enough time in advance to set up. But this game ended up working out the best since we knew about it. It wasn't supposed to be this game originally. Like I said, it was supposed to be, I think, versus Nazareth at home, but that got moved to an away game. So this game was not expected, but I'm hoping we can make the best of it.
Yeah, and something that I found pretty cool about that is even though it was canceled, you guys didn't give up on it. And I mean, me personally, I'm actually kind of excited to see what it comes on halftime for each one.
Yeah, I'm hoping you guys watching will be able to see it on the stream. We should be able to get a camera over there eventually. I hope you like it, of course.
Yeah.
Should be a good show.
So, how are you able to incorporate all of the things that make a basketball game special? You have your halftime show, obviously. I would assume you have things planned during the pregame show.
Yes.
You worked with the cheer coaches a little bit on this. How are you able to coordinate all that so you were able to get your finished product?
It was a lot of communication. I mean, we've been talking with a lot of people. I just talked to the cheer coaches just now. We got that set up. We're good to go with them. We've been talking with Coach Hennessy, who supported this project a lot. I'd like to thank him for that. Lots of talk with administration, and then our technology director, Ms. Herman, has been great. There's a lot of moving parts to this. Some of the lights are mine, some are the theater department, so thanks to Mr. Hoppert for that. So it took a lot of communication to get this all working. We're going to do some pregame stuff, so we talked to the coaches. You'll see us during lineups. So I'm happy it all worked out for the best and nothing went wrong. So it should be great.
Any final thoughts before we let you get back to your work?
Yeah.
I just hope you guys enjoy it.
All right, well, with that, we're going to head into a quick break. We got our next guest. It's 2-6 himself, Coach Kostick, and we're joined by one of his kids. So this should be interesting. We're going to be back in about a minute.
All right.
And we are back. Unfortunately, we were not able to get Coach Kostick and his daughter. However, we've got a couple of baseball players in here and an ex-baseball player. You're welcome, Caden. It's the Baseball Dons segment. Let's go. All right, Hank's the seniority guy here, so
you're interviewing me, or like what's going on here?
I really don't know. We're going to see what happens here in the next couple of minutes. Why don't you take things away? What's the season going to look like for us?
Baseball season coming up, spring. First game against Loyola, and we got an interesting team on our hands. A young team actually. Didn't really have a whole lot of juniors. We had a senior heavy team last year, so a lot of people filling in roles, and a lot of people are going to be playing at the varsity level right away. So I'm excited. I'm excited to play with these guys, teach these guys the things of varsity baseball. So, like my guy Carlito over here, who's junior, who's going to be playing with us. Carlito, you got anything for baseball?
I think we're going to have a pretty good season. I'm really excited to learn from Hank. Hank especially. We both play outfield, so it'd be great to have a mentor out there. But like you said, everybody's young. We're all learning. It's a great chance for guys to get the opportunity that they didn't get last year, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Dan. No, how about you, Dan?
Well, yeah, I got some learning to do, too, from two really good senior pitchers, Jack Shipman and the world-famous Joe Giamatti. We all love Joe Giamatti.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Hank? Is he more known for his play at center or play on the mound?
Play on the mound. He's a different pitcher. He's a different guy when he's on the mound. The hefty lefty.
Joey Meatballs?
That's Joey Meatballs
Joey
right there,
Meatballs?
baby.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, you're up, Caden.
All right. Thinking of this on the spot, so if you guys can remind me, who was the pitcher last year who threw the no-hitter against a couple teams?
Frank Lynch.
Yeah, Frank Lynch. Do you guys think there's going to be anyone else like him who can, execute on the mound like that this year?
Yeah, I mean, our pitching staff this year, again, very young, like I said. We got Chris Bieniek, Jack Shipman, Joey Giamatti. Danny's going to be in there too. A lot of guys, a lot of young juniors, Greifeld, a lot of guys, Bruno, need to step up in the role because with a heavy senior pitching crew, that's all going to be gone, and a lot of new guys are going to be filling in their spots, so it's going to be interesting.
I agree. Definitely. I mean, I think every pitcher on our team is definitely capable of doing it. I'm not going to count anybody out, but I'm really looking for the seniors. It's their last year, so I want to see them do it before the juniors, of course, but I will have to wait and see.
So, Carlito, I'm kind of interested to hear this, and Hank, you can chime in on this too. We've had a lot of really good outfielders in the past, including Nick Giammarusti, who is now at Pittsburgh for baseball. So how do you fill the void of someone as prominent as that in the outfield grass?
I think firstly it starts not doing too much. Of course you want to be like Nick, a fast guy. He can hit, he can do everything, but you just got to play within yourself and, learn your role. Don't try to do too much and kind of adapt to a new type of play because, you can't have Nick around for eternity, which you would love to have. But, it's a great opportunity for guys to get some reps in. Definitely learn from other guys, too. So I think it'll be real exciting.
Yeah, Carlito said that perfectly. I mean, not just Nick, but a guy like Joey Cullen, who was a player of the conference pretty much. He was on the first team for conference, and James Carpinelli being out there, he's gone, so a lot of positions opening up, and like Carlito said, I mean, those are some big shoes to fill in, and you can't be ahead of yourself and think you can fill in those shoes on the first day. That doesn't happen like that, so you just got to trust the process, let things work in to what they are, and be who you are and be the player you are. You don't have to try to hit home runs every at bat or try to steal every base. Just let the game come to you.
Yeah, so speaking of hits, how are the bats looking this year? Any heavy hitters on the team?
So we had six seniors leave last year. So I mean, the lineup's going to be very new. I'm interested to see how Coach Cad's going to articulate that lineup. And that's pretty much what I have for the bats.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of big bats this year. It's just a matter of how you put them together. I mean, 1 through 9 on the lineup, everybody can hit, so you can really throw anybody anywhere. So, of course, we got OC. He's going to Springfield. We got Hank going to Benedictine. A lot of guys that are capable of putting the ball out. But I'm really excited to see what the bat's going to do this season.
So, Hank, question for you. This is a pretty good senior group, I would say. So, you're committed. Chris Bieniek's committed. Matt O'Connor's committed.
Mike
O'Connor, sorry. Am I missing anybody?
I think there's a couple more guys that are still looking to play baseball in college. I'm sure Jack Chipman's still looking to play baseball in college. I think Joe Giamatti wants to play ball in college. So, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of juniors that want to do the same thing too. So,
yeah, McGovern at Oakton.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right. So, who do you think's going to be the next guy to commit? I know the process is a little, a little different for everybody, but who do you think would be the next person?
I think it's Chipman. I think Chipman's going to make his decision very soon. I know he's talking to a couple colleges, but I mean, that's his business. I don't want to spread his word. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to go to Chipman as well, but I'm not going to get too deep into it. You just got to wait and see.
So Caden does not feel like asking any questions.
I just can't think of anything, to be honest.
The ex-ball player can't come up with anything. So, Carlito, I got something for you since you're about to be taking the floor in a couple of hours. So, you're going straight from basketball to baseball, and you've done this for a couple of years now. How has that transition gone for you to go from the floor to the field?
Oh, man. a little bit of a transition, but I kind of like it. I mean, you go from playing in a warm gym to being out in the cold in March and February, but it's a little bit of a weather change, but it's nothing. Yeah, nothing too different. I mean, it's just like you're both getting to work after school, which I love to do. I don't like just going home right after school and not having anything to do. It's always like a occupation. Baseball is my first sport, so I always look forward to it right after basketball season. So, I mean, I'm just really excited to get started. It's my first year on varsity. I got to practice them a little bit last year, which was very exciting. And ever since then, I've just been really excited to get there and get out with the team.
Oh, well, I mean, I've had it for 1 year. I was kind of bummed out that our sophomore year didn't really happen. I mean, for you guys, it was freshman year where you guys didn't get the Coach Feely first year experience. But I mean, I'll go back 3 years when I play basketball. So, but yeah, I mean, Carlito's right. I mean, I like the transition, and with Carlito, I know he likes to work his butt off. So, it's a good thing that when you're done with one sport, you go on to the next. So there's always something to do. There's always something to work on. And that's what I got to say about that.
I mean, yeah, I really got nothing. I was just going to ask, so I'm assuming, it's an outdoor sport, so everything's going to be back to normal. Are you guys going to have to wear masks on the field? Because I remember last year you probably had to wear them in the dugout and stuff like that. So.
Just in the dugout, I think.
Yeah. I think it just depends on when the spike was. So last year, I think there was like a spike in the beginning of the season, and then towards the end, everything kind of went down, so then we didn't really have to wear any mask. But I don't know about this year. I just know that when you're on the field, you don't have to wear one.
So I'll ask you guys. I won't chime in on this one, but I'll ask the both of you, who is your pick for the guy that's going to make the biggest jump overall this year?
Biggest jump.
Oh, man.
Ooh, I like that one.
We do like, what, one junior, one senior? Or?
Anything you want to do.
Biggest jump. Man. I think he pitched a decent amount, but I'll give Jack Chipman. I'll give Jack Chipman for the senior. And, junior. I'll give it to the guy sitting to the left of me right now. I think Carlito's going to make an impact on our team.
Love it. Junior, I got a lot of friends there. I'm a junior class, but I'm gonna have to give it to Ryan Greifeld. He's at every workout. I mean, he's working his butt off. Great pitcher, great outfielder. He always comes in and competes every day. A guy looking to attack and everything. Yeah, I throw Danny Berg in there, left to me in there too, of course. He's always working. He's always looking to get better. Maintaining school workouts and doing the media crew. Just, there's a guy you want everywhere, every school, committed to everything. Senior, I got to give it to Hank. He's always looking to lead. Always looking to lead. Juniors give advice without trying to boss or.
Yeah, I try my best to do that.
Yeah, he's the definition of a leader. So that's what you want on your team. So I would give it to Hank.
So before we end the segment in a couple minutes and before we let Carlito get back to prepping for tonight, what are your final thoughts on this season coming up? What are we looking for?
Last year when we lost to Deerfield in that regional final, it kind of had a sour taste in our mouth. And, I still kind of have that taste where, in that playoff moment when you're down one run and the bases were loaded and you come up just short, it doesn't sit really well. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take it game by game. And we kind of figured out we didn't really play that good of baseball last year. So we're going to take it game by game, and every game matters no matter who we play, whether it be non-conference or conference. Every game is going to matter to the final time when they come out with the pairings in May.
Right. Yeah, Hank's 100% right. If you look at our schedule, you can see it online. Every game's a battle. Like you said, conference, non-conference. Our conference speaks for itself. The ESCC, it's a very, talented conference. You got Marist, Nazareth, Viator. Everybody can compete. Joliet Catholic. Day in and day out, everybody's got to come in and compete and get ready, to take some spots because it's gonna be a very good year, and a lot of competition. So we're just looking to have some success, bounce back from last year and really show everybody what ND baseball is about, because I feel like we didn't show that enough last year.
All right, so we're going to let Carlito go, and we're going to welcome in our final guest in Game Day Tradition. It's the president of Notre Dame. He'll be in with us in a minute. We'll take a quick break. And we come back. It's our last segment of our high school game day live show. And as per tradition, it's the president of Notre Dame, the man himself, Mr. Shea Boyle. Welcome in, sir.
Daniel, great to see you. Good to be back with Hank and Frawley connection here too tonight. Man, it doesn't get any better than this. Friday night in the Don Dome, you can feel the buzz all day in school. I love it. I love it. Let's go.
So we have a very interesting scene behind us, wouldn't you say? Something we've never seen before.
Yeah, tonight is going to be complete creativity night here in the Don Dome. We got light shows. We got Bluetooth music working. It's one of the good nights, Daniel. If all the people at home, make sure you watch tonight. Light show is going to be amazing. Jack Dennis and his team have been working on this for months. So I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen it yet. It's going to be a nice new addition to Don Nation.
Now, Coach, with the light show and the entrance, but put this away, what do you think is the best entrance in any sport?
That's a great question, Hank. I have two, one from personal experience, but one I've yet to discover. But Virginia Tech football is awesome.
Yes.
I mean, that is really cool. My Fighting Irish play there every couple years, and I mean the walk in there, Metallica blaring. I mean, there is nothing more juiced up than that. And then during my college basketball coaching days, the best pregame I ever saw, we played at North Carolina, and they had a guy named Danny Green, who's in the NBA now, but he would do his jump around before every game. But they would film the guys coming from the locker room onto the court, and the visiting team, me at Loyola University, it was not a great sight to see North Carolina. The year they won the national title, we played them at Carolina, and that was pretty cool. And the jump around right before the jump ball was just unbelievable. So love the atmosphere, man. That's what it's all about. I'm going to keep working here we're getting a brand new sound system in here soon. We just announced unofficially, but will be official soon. Permanent speakers, new music system. It's going to be rocking in the Don Dome.
Yeah, so me and Hank kind of left this for the end. What is everyone's predictions for the game tonight? I have Indy winning by 7 is my prediction.
Caden, we got to save that one, buddy.
Yeah.
We got to save that one, buddy.
Well,
right.
here, I got one for you, Coach. So you've been here for a while. What are your thoughts on the Marian Catholic basketball program?
Yeah, I have a ton of respect for Marian Catholic. Coach Mike Taylor is one of the best guys you'll ever meet. High character guy, wonderful coach. He's kind of the heartbeat of Marian Catholic. He's been there a really long time, but he does a great job. Every year they're competitive. They've had a lot of guys like us go on to the NBA and professional and college ranks. So every year, Coach does a great job. We're always right there with Marian Catholic every year. It's, Bennett, Marian, the league is outstanding, but Marian Catholic, always a tough game, always a close score no matter what. They're going to bring it, we're going to bring it, but they do a great job. It's an awesome school.
Give us a rundown on Don alums that are currently playing in the NBA or in college basketball.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome, man. We're really lucky here, and I've made it a point to try and get out to as many games as I can. When a guy graduates from here, they go on to college, I make it my mission to try and get out and see those guys. So just recently, I went out to Lewis University. I saw Anthony Sales play. Anthony's having a great season for Lewis University on Romeoville. He had 15 points, I think, the night I saw him. He's really playing well, starting at point guard for the Lewis Flyers. This week, I went out to Loyola University. We saw Troy D'Amico and Anthony DeVonzo both play for Southern Illinois. So how cool is that? That's been great to see Troy on the floor, and Anthony is, I think, a 6-year senior, about to get his PhD. So he's doing a great job. And then, my guy Jamero Wilson out at Lehigh is just crushing it. Jamero's having just an amazing year, and he has one more year after he graduates from Lehigh this year, which is exciting. And then, guys in the pros, I stay in touch with Matt Mooney. I coached Matt here my first year. Matt's been with the New York Knicks. He's been bouncing around the G League. He's doing incredibly well. So we're lucky. Matt Mooney in the NBA G League. We have Mike DiGregorio. He plays in the Philippines. He plays for Manny Pacquiao's team in the Philippines, which is really cool. And then we have guys in the G League, Rodney Pryor, Quentin Chivas. Guys just getting it done everywhere. So I'm proud of all our college guys. We have some other guys. I just got a text that Louis Lesman just drained another 3 for Harvard tonight. Louis looks like an NBA star as a freshman. So I just love seeing him catch that ball wide open. We all know it's going in.
Yep.
The rest of the country hasn't figured it out yet, but
they will.
But we're lucky. We have guys all over. Other cool thing here, guys, we have a lot of managers that have been managers here at Notre Dame that have gone on to the Division I level to be managers in college. And my guy Paulo Friedman at Xavier and Jimmy Shaughnessy at Ball State. We got guys all over the place that find a passion here at Notre Dame, and they go on to college and explore it. Not just basketball, but a lot of different sports and activities here as well.
Yeah, I mean, my question is, going away from the older guys, but to the younger guys, what do you have to say to them about not just the basketball program, but about Notre Dame?
Yeah, the younger audience, you mean, Hank, or
yes,
what?
Yes,
yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I mean, I can say a million great things about the school, but I'm really proud of our incoming class. We just tested over 260 young men that want to be a Dime next year.
That's awesome.
260, come on. We're the biggest all-boys high school in the state of Illinois. We're proud of that. But any young guy out there, this is the place you want to be in high school. I mean, we have it going on. Enrollment is awesome. Our alumni are very supportive. Our teams are all successful. Our seniors are going on to great places after graduation. But we just have really nice kids here. Really nice young men that become, great men as they go on after Notre Dame. A great community, family, brotherhood here. I mean, come and check us out. Get out to a game anytime. Make sure we get our shadow days in. 7th graders. We're going to have a bunch of open houses for the 7th graders in the spring. But there has never been a better time to be a Notre Dame Dime. We got things rocking here.
So I'm kind of curious. You brought up the new sound systems coming in. What other new additions are coming to Notre Dame in the next couple months?
I was wondering that too, yeah.
Yeah, well, some of those things are top secret, Daniel. Top secret. I learned a valuable lesson years ago until I got the money in my hands, in our school's pockets.
Fair.
I don't want to announce it, but I will tell you this, man. I'm a detailed guy. If I see something around the building, I want to improve it if it needs improving. So last summer we did a lot within our building. Every summer we call our summer initiative. So we are actually in the final phase of planning what we're going to do this summer to make our hallways a little nicer. Getting rid of some more carpeting, new flooring. Those are things I want to do. And we certainly have some things going on outside as well with the baseball field area. We're going to need a new turf out there soon for our football field. That's in the works. So alumni, if you're out there, you want to take care of our turf, give us a call. We love you. But yeah, we're always going to be looking to improve our new wireless technology all over our building. Anything to give our students a better experience at Notre Dame is what we're all about.
Yeah. Now, Coach, going back to basketball, something that we have at the end of the year is the ESCC conference tournament. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's going to bring a new level of excitement. I think it's good for our conference that we'll have more marketing opportunities. I want people to be proud to be a member of the ESCC. It's one of the best conferences in the country, in my opinion. It's a great basketball league. It'll be interesting because you're going to have some quick turnarounds, but I think it's going to really prepare teams for the IHSA state tournament. And our guys have not been in the state tournament for 2 years because of COVID, so I think it's going to get our guys in the right frame of mind that every possession matters, every game matters. You lose, you go home, and then you got the state playoffs coming. So I'm excited. It's going to be a chance to play some of our great opponents 2 or 3 times this year.
Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about how Notre Dame got into hosting state playoffs this year.
How we got to what, Daniel?
State playoffs.
Oh, for the regionals.
Yes.
Yeah. So how it works, guys, is about every 4 to 5 years, the teams in our sectional will rotate to host a regional tournament. So it's been a while here, and that's one of the other things we really worked hard to make sure we got our bid in early because we have the best gym in the state.
Yeah, this gym is awesome.
Everybody wants to play here, but a regional championship here is special, and we have won a ton of regionals the last 10 years. So to be able to play it in front of our home crowd, our students, our families means a lot to our team, and it gives you a major advantage when you're at home. You don't have to travel, you don't have to deal with the weather. You're here. You're in the comforts of home, and this team behind me, our varsity tonight, Hank, you probably know this. Daniel, maybe you do. I think you gotta fact check me on this, but they might be the first group of seniors to have a chance or to win 4 ESCC championships in their 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that says a lot about our team. So they deserve any support we can give them. That's why we want to make sure we had them at home for the regionals. I mean, freshman year, they won the title. Sophomore year, junior year, and they're right there. Mm-hmm. That's why tonight's game is so huge. Tonight's game will make the difference and see if we can get them a 4-year conference championship run.
Now, going to tonight's game, Coach, I mean, Notre Dame's on a 3-game win streak, and they're going up against Marian Catholic. For Notre Dame, who is your key player tonight?
Yeah, our team has been playing really well. I've been at the last couple of games, and I can see a noticeable difference. But, I think it's, losing Mac Ross is a big loss. Shout out to Mac out there. Mac's our guy. I'm sure he'll be here supporting the team if he can be tonight. But I'm going to lean on 2 guys tonight. One, Anthony McGee. I got to pick a senior. Anthony McGee from St. John Brebeuf has been playing really well. He's got to pick up a little more of the ball handling responsibilities, and he has to be our defensive stopper. And when Anthony McGee makes threes, we win. So I think he's going to be huge. And I got to give a shout out to Jace Fletcher, my man. Jace has been awesome the last couple games. He's got his confidence. He's got his swag going. He's shooting the ball. He's making threes. Jace is, I think, the secret weapon tonight. Jace got to get going, and I know he will. But he brings a lot of intelligence to the floor. He knows where everybody's supposed to be. Jace is going to have a great night.
So, going off the stadium, this is my one thing, is that I've heard from a lot of people that this stadium is the closest thing to almost a D3 college type of stadium. And, it's going to be a big game. So how big do you think the student section is going to be tonight?
Yeah, I think this is our first game with full capacity in a while. We wanted to be safe the last couple weeks, but, our student body is awesome. They support our team. I expect a huge crowd tonight from our students. Hopefully all are creative and well-behaved, as they always are, right? And, but they're excited. You could feel it all over the school today that, hey, Coach, see you tonight. I'll see you at the game. I'll see you at the game. I heard that from a lot of guys today. So I expect a great crowd. They got to come see the light show. Media Crew Tech Down light show night, man. This place better be packed.
So last question before we get into our predictions for the night. You haven't been coaching for the last 2 years because you stepped into the president's role. Have you missed coaching at all?
Oh, I miss it every day, Daniel. And, that's why I try and be around the gym when I can, and I try and hit as many games as I can for basketball, but all sports. Just to, it keeps my relationships with the students, it keeps my relationship with the coaches, and any help that I can provide, from the distance, from the background, if I see something, Coach Clancy's one of my best friends, and all those guys we're still tight. We talk every day, and I kind of have a different perspective now that I'm not there every day. That if I see something, sometimes they might not notice it, So I try and help any way I can and support our players every step of the way, because to be a student athlete, especially at Notre Dame, requires so much commitment, dedication, time, passion that people really don't see until game night. But I know what goes into a game like this: the scouting, the film, all the practices that happen. And that's the beauty of coaching. And I do miss that. And I love game night, but I'd rather be sitting on a bench than wandering around the gym. I can't sit still when I'm not on the bench. But you'll see me about 10 different locations tonight. Coach Boyle can.
All right, Caden, it's prediction time.
I mean, you guys kind of already heard mine. That was my bad. I kind of forgot that we do this at the end. So, but as I said, I have Indy winning by 7. I feel like they're going to pull out in the last quarter and really get momentum going, and they're going to, win by 7.
For me, like I said in the pregame, something that stood out was Marian Catholic's defense. They've always really had a really good defense with their length and their guys. So with me going up against that Notre Dame defense too, Notre Dame always packing the paint, help side is always key for Notre Dame. I think it's going to be in the 40s. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I say Notre Dame wins 46-43.
Like it, Hank. Let's go. Let's go, Hank.
All right, so I'll take the next one. I think one team's going to end up in the 40s, but one team is going to end up in the 50s. Like Hank said, more than likely it's going to be a defensive game, but look out for Jeremiah Jones and Sonny Williams to be trading points all night. 2 of the best players in the conference. I think they're both going to have a fantastic game tonight on both ends of the floor. However, despite it being close the whole night, I think the Dons pull away and win this one 53-48.
Ooh, I like it, Daniel. Daniel, we're thinking the same thing almost here. I'm going Notre Dame tonight. There's no doubt about that. So let's rep a little bit. Our new Notre Dame flags we got here.
Yeah.
Let's represent. We're going Don Nation tonight.
I like it.
Yes.
It's all about the Dons tonight. Here's the deal: we win the game if we hold them under 50 points. We got to hold them under 50.
That's right.
All right. So we're going 54-49. Notre Dame takes it home tonight. 54-49. We celebrate. We wrap the fish tonight.
Yeah.
We got the deluxe arm here tonight. We're going to do this tonight. All right.
There you go.
That's
Yes.
Marian Catholic tradition right there. So we take the fish, take the paper, we wrap the fish, we go celebrate it tonight. All right? Let's do this, boys. Let's go Dons.
A fantastic high school game day. We got to thank our production team for putting it up
Great
together,
job,
up
media
in the
crew.
bleachers.
Great job, guys.
Thank you guys for putting this all together.
Only
for
at
us.
Notre Dame do we
Yeah.
have a media crew that can pull this off. Wait for the light show, baby. Here it comes.
Don't miss out on it. The sophomore game is going to start in about 5 minutes, so make sure you go and tune over to that. The varsity game is going to get started at 7 o'clock, and we got about a 6:45 pregame show. Don't miss out on anything. If you're still at home and you want to come to this, you get out here.
Rise up.
There's still a lot of tickets available, so you can come out and see this light show in person, because I guarantee you it's not going to look as good through a camera. So you better come here and watch it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
For our president, Mr. Shea Boyle, for all of our guests today, Sherrod Dent, Jake Georgioulis, Tim Molas,
Carlito.
I blanked on that. I was thinking it was Cossack for a second. And Tim Molas, Caden Frawley, Hank Friedrich, Danny Burke signing off. We're going to see you in about an hour and a half for the start of the varsity game. Go Dons.
Let's go.